Today, we are going to talk about how you maintain your self-respect on the twin flame journey. Okay, so first, right off the bat, these two things should not be like separate. Okay, but I notice I do encounter people who have like upsets where they feel like these two things have to be separate and exclusive of each other, like they can't respect themselves and be on the twin flame journey at the same time. And that is so polar opposite from the truth of what the journey is. Okay, in reality, I know there's a lot of talk on the internet that wants to make this out to be some toxic thing. But if it's toxic, it's because you need to stop the toxic behavior, right? You need to respect yourself. But let's get into the nitty gritty of what that looks like. So both men and women, I think sometimes we like to say this is just women, but both men and women, I notice, feel like they have to, after they've been deeply like rejected or not accepted or, mistreated somehow by the person they believe to be their twin flame, they feel like they have to continue texting that person, or like they have to get them back, or they have to emotionally hold on to them, and that's just this horrific experience. and they feel really bad about themselves, when all of that is not, it's not true. Like, that's not how you approach your twin flame journey. But if you feel like the person who is your twin flame has mistreated you, do not use the twin flame journey as an excuse to continue trying to negotiate with them and to continue trying to make yourself available for a relationship with them, for trying to convince them to be with you. That's not how you do it. I don't know how many times I have to say that on the internet, but that's not how you do it. How you do it is by, oh shit, like this person mistreated me. That's not okay. And I don't choose that for myself. I choose to be treated well. I choose to respect myself and love myself here. And I would tell you, like, especially if you're my client, I would tell you to do the mirror exercise, because no matter like whether it's your twin flame or Joe Schmo or the cat on the corner of the street, if you feel like someone's mistreating you, that is an opportunity to do the mirror exercise and recognize where in your energy, where in your heart you like even allow mistreatment to be happening inside of you, because that's not cool. Okay, so have the boundary that you need to have, but set the boundary in peace. Do the inner healing work. Love yourself in the place that's hurt and feels mistreated. Come to peace, set the boundary, okay, and move forward in the way that you are guided to. And this is where an ascension coach is very useful to help you see clearly how to move forward and what is appropriate for you and where you need to heal. Okay, because I see some people just continuing to make themselves available for like a relationship that isn't really giving back to them, right? A relationship that isn't really a relationship, and that's not it. Okay, love yourself. If someone who you believe to be your twin flame isn't reciprocating, isn't loving you back, don't chase after them, and don't try to convince them or negotiate with them to love you. Instead, take all of that energy and pour it back into you, because that's where it should have been, period. Baseline, it should have been with you. You should be pouring into yourself and loving yourself and using your energy to live the life that matches the dream God put in your heart. That's where your energy is meant to be. And that doesn't mean you just kind of throw the middle finger up at that person and walk off in righteous anger. come to real peace there. And I know that's hard and that might be triggering to hear from me, but like it's the truth. Like, you're not going to reveal whether that person is your twin flame, and you're not going to come into union with them if you've put the middle finger up in righteous anger and have said, like, you know, I am holier than thou, and like whatever. Okay, that won't work. You still have to do the healing work and come to peace there. I know that's hard, and that's why I said, like, lean on an ascension coach, work with an ascension coach to help you do that. Okay. I would not be anywhere without my twin flame ascension coach. I'd be so far gone. I'd probably have settled for some dope off the street to like, then said, I mean, I guess, right? But I didn't do that. I got help, and someone to help me see clearly and help me to recognize where I wasn't respecting myself, okay? And to help me learn what respecting myself actually looks like. Because part of respecting yourself means you don't settle, right? Respecting yourself means respecting that you were made by God, and God didn't create you to be in misery. God didn't create you to feel bad about yourself. God didn't create you to just feel meh and settle. You know, God didn't create you to have to like sacrifice parts of yourself in order to have a companion in life. Like, that's not it, right? You have to realize like that's not respectful to you to believe those things and to engage with life from that perspective. Fully respecting yourself means you do not settle. It means you go after your dreams. It means you choose to have your twin flame in your life, right? The partner who truly meets you in every gosh darn place inside of you, right? That's respecting yourself. And respecting yourself means when you notice you feel bad somewhere, when you notice something feels misaligned or doesn't feel good, someone's hurt you, or you just feel kind of triggered by what they did, and I don't know, you know what I mean? When you feel that come up, respecting yourself means you move through that completely, you heal through that completely. And you heal through that because you love you and you respect you, not because you're trying to manipulate the situation by spiritual means to get your preferred outcome, right? Because you will have the highest outcome, but you will have that highest outcome by surrendering to the path God has laid out for you and walking it, okay? You do not have that highest outcome by trying to make it happen, okay? And, you know, further on the topic of respecting yourself also means you recognize that another person, including your twin flame, isn't your primary source of love, right? Your source of love is God, right? Source, the universe, your creator, like insert whatever word you want to put there, okay? That is your primary source of love, okay? But when you see someone else as your source of love, you're immediately like devaluing yourself because you're not willing, like when you see someone else, particularly your twin flame, as your source of love, you're devaluing yourself because you're not really recognizing that the love you were already created within, when you connect to that is overflowing, and that is ever present, and that is always enough, and that is perfect, and you don't need someone else to pour all this good stuff on you in order to make you feel good, okay? That is respecting yourself, is knowing the truth that the love within you right now is amazing, perfect, it's good enough, right? Like you don't have to wait for another person to do it for you. So that is all I wanted to share about respect. You can find the resources below that I have used on my twin flame journey. You can find out how to work with me below, and I will see you next time.